I've spent $24,890 on Whiteout Survival in 137 days. Actually, I'm filming this before the reset today because I got a lot of comments on research, and I'm going to get into that in a second. But here's the thing. This is your first time joining me, I try to play as an efficient whale. So I'm trying to do as much as I can to make every dollar count. I've been spending way too much too fast recently. I'm going to try to bring that back down to normal levels, but we'll see how it goes. I am having fun playing the game as well. So what I wanted to explain though is the research. So essentially what people saw is that I had a lot of speed ups that I wasn't using. And I do need speed ups. I'm trying to conserve them because FC5 is coming soon. So by next SVS, I need to make sure I have enough to do FC5 on day one. So I'm saving for that and I'm planning for that. But it is true that at this point, I wasn't really super happy with where I am with all my research. So I got some critical remarks in some of the comments saying, hey, you really should be pressing research more. So what I did is a little research on where my stats are lacking. And I guess let me explain this first. If you go into your power and you look at, especially your troops attack and defense, right here, you can see you got troops attack, defense. This is all troops. So attack, defense, lethality, and health. And then it gets into each one of the classes as well. But essentially the way it works in this game is what I've been told, and I'm trying to kind of pass the education and share it in my own way, is the attack and lethality, these multiply to each other. So they should be kind of equal. That's your goal, is to have them kind of equal. And the same thing with defense and health. So defense and health are kind of multiplied. And think of it like this. Imagine you have two numbers that are being multiplied to one another, right? So let's use simple numbers like 2 and 100. So 2 times 100 is 200, right? If I increase the 100 to 200, that takes a lot of energy, a lot of points, right? To go from 100 to 200, and I will get 400. So 2, I leave the 2 the same, and then I have 200 over here, then I've got 400, right? But if I just change the 2 to a 4, I also get 400, because 4 times 100 is 400. And it's easier to go from 2 to 4. So basically, by getting those small stat bumps on the other side of the equation, you'll have a much bigger impact. And if you can actually get the 2 to 100, so you have 100 times 100, now you've got 1,000. And it's a lot easier to get from 2 to 4 to get to 400 than it is to get from 100 to 200. If that makes any sense, hopefully. You can also, if you're visually mathematically oriented like I am, think of it as like the area under a graph. You've got 2 points on the graph and you have like a triangle shaded underneath it. The more you bring up the smaller side, the bigger the area gets faster. If you bring that other side up that's already big, higher, you're just kind of increasing that angle and you're just picking up a tiny little sliver of that area under the curve. But if you put that other side up higher, then you're going to get a much bigger area under the curve faster. So whichever way you like to think about it. So I did a bunch of thinking and planning, and I do have a reservation ready to go. So let's take a look at the research that I have going on and look at what I've plotted out here. We've got Survival Techniques 6 underway. So this is working on going to 5, basically. That's what's underway. So when I get that to 5, I'll basically speed that up to 5. Then we've got, what I'm going to do next is Defensive Formations 6. Oh, I think I skipped it already. Defensive Formation 6. So we want to get this all the way at max because this will help equalize the other, or kind of boost up the other part of that equation there. So I'm going to get this maxed next, and that's going to take up quite a few speed ups. And then, but I will have a lot of research speed ups underway. Then we've got Assault Techniques 6, which I probably should have focused on well before now, but I'm going to finish this off and get this maxed because this will give me a lethality boost that I really need. And the reason I'm doing it in that order is because then I can finish off with Survival Techniques 6 last level, going to level 6, and I can kind of leave it at there and not use the speed ups. I think that will use up a bunch of speed ups, take advantage of this research bump that I have going on, and will also still leave me enough speed ups to preserve for FC5 without needing to worry about it. So that's the plan. And then, I'll have that last one in the tank and probably until the next SVS, at which point I'll look at another push depending on how much speed ups I have left at that point, because really it's going to be a function of what packs I pick up that have the speed ups and how many I'm able to accumulate from now until then. So that's the game plan. And as you can see, the perk is about to hit in about 2 minutes. So I'll cut and I'll see you back here in a minute. All right, there we go. We got the vice president seat. So now if we take a look at the perks here, I've got the research advancement going on, as well as the vice presidency for the research. So that's 10 plus 10% on the research. Let's get this done before the reset and see where we're at. So first thing I'm going to do, and actually before I do any of this, I'm going to show you. Here's what my backpack speedups are looking like, right? So this is what I got going on. Basically, we're going to eat through those research speedups pretty quickly, and we're going to be eating into the general speedups pretty soon. So we got 300, and I want to make sure I have about 170 or so left, I think, somewhere around there. So let's take care of this speed up first. 18 days, goodbye. All right, now we're gonna go to defensive formations. Keep skipping it. All right, defensive formations, and we're gonna max this out. There's another 11 days. Another 18 days. 22 days. And oh, that's the big one. $53 days. All right, let's see where we stand. That was a lot. I think I did my math right on the calculators, but all right, we're already down to 176 days. So I think if we cheat it a little bit, we'll be fine. But let's take a look at assault techniques now. This is assault techniques 5. So these are not as heavy. So I might be under 170, but I'll be able to recover back up to 170 pretty efficiently. But this is a lighter weight training option as well. 3 days, 4 days. And then 9 days. So that's not too bad. And that's why I kind of did it that way. All right, so I'm not gonna have my 170 that I wanted, but I'm sticking to this plan because I know I'll be able to recover the rest of those. And now we'll get back to survival techniques 6, and I'm just gonna put this one in the tank while I have all those buffs, and then I'm just gonna let that sit there and bake. So there you go. For all you who are asking me to push research a little further, that's what we did. And if we take a look at what I have left in the tank now, still almost 169 days plus the construction speed up. So I'm actually still right around where I need to be. I'm actually more than what I need to be for the construction. So we're looking good. I think that was very worthwhile. And thank you to the community for pointing that out, because if it wasn't for now, I don't know when I would do it. And now's the time that I need it. So with that done, I'm going to break again. And when I cut back, it'll be after the reset. All right, we're after the reset. I got to do this quick because I got to go eat dinner with my wife and then I'll be back again. But this is State of Power Day 3. And this is basically Beast Day. There's pets and beasts and a little bit more expert stuff, but this is essentially the way I'm going to get all my points today is Beast Day. But I have a problem. I forgot to grab, I should have grabbed this March skin yesterday when I was spending. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here quick. I'm going to do my spending for the day for the Frosty Fortune. I'm going to do this a little bit out of order. Sorry for the choppiness, mainly because I need to take a break and go eat with my wife. So let's buy this up to the $50 mark. Trying to stay efficient here by not going to the $100 mark if I don't have to. There we go. And then I'll do Frosty Fortune so that I can grab the that March, because that little bit of a March difference will make a difference on the average rate of doing beasts. So let me talk about that in a minute. Let's see if I can get lucky here. Come on. Oh, that's a pretty good board there. All right, nice. No, not so nice. Need a little bit better luck than that. Oh, come on. Give me some thorns, will ya? No thorns. All right. I better get a good hit to make up for all this crap luck. You know what? I'll clear the board this time. And that's not great. It's a little bit of a mathematically, from what I understand, it's actually probably better to only clear the board when you have 2 silver chests. Nice, 50. But this is it's RNG, man. So like every now and then, if you feel like rolling the dice, have a little fun with it. Why not? One time I did it, I got 100 thorns. Another time I did it, I got nothing. Come on. Give me a little something. Another 50 even? Well, at least they're thorns. 20. Take it. At this race, I'll take anything that has a thorn. Come on, man. This is a bit... I mean, it's not like these rewards are bad, but what I really want, the reason I'm doing this is for the thorns. Man. Oh, come on. All right. That's all I'm going to do for now. Grab this and come over back here. I'll grab the snowmobile and now I'm going to go activate.
You do notice the
snowmobile. Well, actually, I'm going to activate the whale waves as well from fishing. And then I'm going to activate the snowmobile. And there we go. So now I have a total, if we look at my total hunting march speed, is now 75%, which is pretty good, especially for such a young account in this, 137 days in. So now what I'm going to do while I go eat dinner, and then I'll come back and cut this. So essentially, I'm going to go over to, oh, I didn't need to do that. I need to be here. And I'm going to go into the beast screen. I'm going to focus on level 30. I'd like to kind of do that if possible. Actually, I'll do 29 to 30 because on beast day, they tend to get exhausted. The supply gets exhausted. Max search area is fine. I'm going to crank this all the way up because I don't know if I'll be able to use it all, but if I can, it's fine. I'm going to make my primary march this one, which will have a faster rate because it has both, what's his name, Lumak and Gina, and dispatch that. And then I'm just going to set up these other ones to be, I'd like to do for these beasts, I tend to just do 45, 10, 45. There we go. We'll send that out and just let them go on marching. And then every now and then I'll come over here and do a terror as well. There is a trick to the terrors. You can actually, if anybody doesn't know this trick, you can use with just one infantry, and this will allow you to cycle faster because when you have just one infantry, he gets injured on the battle, and instead of having a whole march time, it basically the march is instantly over as soon as you're done. Now that relies on some help from your team because you got to make sure that there's enough people sending marches to join that will fill that because you've only got one infantry in there. And then if everybody does that, because I like a deal with each other, then it kind of works out all right because then you have a situation. And let me turn on auto gen before I go eat also. And I usually try to set this like this. And now I'll be so basically you're contributing to the team by having your own members on auto march, your own squads on auto join, so that you're joining their rallies, and then when you do one, you can cycle through them faster. It's basically all about how fast you can cycle through that. Now that I got that all set up, I'm just going to cut and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, but I want to discuss something first. What I need to do is come in here and stop all these because I want to explain what I did, the mistake I made essentially. If we come into the events and you look at the points you get for beasts versus polars, this is 30,000 points per polar. Right here, and it costs me, because I have Gina maxed, it costs me 20 stamina, so that's essentially 1,500 points per stamina. And then if we look at the defeat a level 26 to 30 beast, that's 1,200 points, but that only cost me 8 stamina. So that is also 1,500 points per stamina. So it really doesn't matter which one. It's not like one is more efficient than the other. It's which one you can do more of and burn through the stamina faster. So what matters the most is how fast I can cycle through. And since 26 to 30 get all the same points, and as you saw, they were kind of like delayed searching. So I'm gonna go back here. No, not this one. The auto hunting. And I'm gonna make this 26 to 30. That way, this isn't, it's better to hunt the higher level beasts, but all that I care about right now is making sure that these marches are always working. And I do have it set to 100 kilometers, so that way, they're not too far away, but it still will go out a decent search radius if it has to. So this is the primary march because we want the speed. And then we'll just add the other ones like I was. Again, 45, 10, 45 is what I like to do for these. And then dispatch those. And now this should help cycle faster because there's more of a chance of it finding a 26 to 30 beast, even on beast hunting day. As you can see, the rallies get quite full as well. And a lot of people will do the one infantry trick, basically. I assume it's infantry, yep. So, and what'll happen is people will auto join this, and then, he'll get that return right away. Like as soon as the march is done, he'll get it right away, and he can cycle through the rallies much faster that way. So you can burn a lot of stamina that way as well. But that requires you to be present in doing it because there's no kind of auto rallying feature, right? Where there is an auto hunting feature. So I can literally put the auto hunting feature on, go away and just let it run all night, and it'll just sit there and accumulate points all night for me. I'll just put it on my charger near my bedside and we're good to go. So let's talk about the rest of State of Power Day 3. So the problem is this is also a pets day, and it is the last day that we can do experts. There's also the debate about whether we should even be continue to be pushing, because we're ahead by quite a big margin. So, my problem personally is, as the person who a lot of people are leaning on to help with Castle and help with things in the state, I need to, basically I'm only going to be upgrading between SVSs. And if I don't treat this as an opportunity to upgrade, it's just going to be more power sitting, waiting for the next SVS. And in the meantime, I won't have the ability to help and that type of thing. So I'd rather kind of use what I have now and then wait another month and then accumulate, what in between SVS essentially. So this is what I'm going to be working on tonight. We've got pets. We do have pets on the last day too, so I don't need to do pets today. I can do them, but I don't need to do them. We do have pets on the last day, so that's pet advancements and wild marks on the last day. And we do have mithril on the 2 last days as well, essence stones and mithril on the 2 last days. So I have multiple opportunities for that. But so today, the focus really for me is going to be on doing the beast. We do have shards as well. If I can see if there's any more shards that can be done, I can do that quick. But essentially, this is all about beast day. And it is the last day I can use expert sigils. So speaking of that, let's go to this deal. So come into Dawn of Wisdom. By my estimate, I think personally, and I haven't gotten a lot of feedback from people in the community on this yet, but I think the sigils is the better deal here. Not that it's necessarily the best deal value-wise, but as far as like what is harder to get, what's more rare, and what am I need to pay for, the sigils are more important, I think, because you do get books, maybe not this high quantity of books, and speed ups you get here. So you get books and speed ups here. That's not to say that that's not bad. That's probably depends on the state of your account and where you're at and what you need. Those could be a good deal. And the sigils are actually hard to get. And this comes with sigils and some books. So I feel like this is like the better combo to get. Now, the gifts are important for part of the leveling up process, but we do get this in the game and they will come organically. It's not like they're hard to get. So unless I really needed these right away to press something right away, then don't really need that. And the same with the frontier supplies. Like this is kind of like, this converts to random stuff. Like you don't know what you're going to get from that. It's again, not to say that it's a bad deal necessarily, but it's probably not the best deal. And you can get these other ways as well. So for me, it's going to be the sigils. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy these for now. I'm going to buy these up to the $20 mark for sure. And I think I'm actually going to go to the $50 mark. And the reason is I'm really not going to have much of a chance to upgrade again until the next SVS. So I'm not going to go to the $100 mark. That's enough what I got there. And I'm going to save this for pet day. So I'm going to wait on that. We got another training pack. Now I do like the troops training. And I don't particularly need a lot of them right now, but I am going to grab some of these. Just up to the, I think that's enough. That's just up to the $10 mark is enough for now. And we've got charms, a charms deal here as well. And this is going on for 2 days. We do have another charms day, but I'm just going to buy these for now. I've done a lot of pressing on charms, and I'm just going to buy these up to the $10 mark, mainly for the VIP efficiency. That's it. So fire crystals we already did, and we're good there. And we'll take the daily deals. No luck on that today. Make our claims. Okay, and the pet weekly ran out. And now let's check out the deals section. See what we have going on here. We got the Vault of Enigma, day 3. So I'll grab that. And let's see, claims on the travel rewards. Grab that. Sign in and earn it. Deadshot. Make that claim. And my bank deposit, of course. And that's it for the deals section, really. There's not a lot else to do there. I've already done Frosty Fortune, so just gonna continue to see. I may actually just go to the, I was talking about going to the $100 mark to achieve my goals, but the more I look at the state of the account right now, I don't really need a lot of this other stuff right now. So I'll go to, maybe I won't even go to the $50 mark tomorrow. I mean, I feel like I've done well enough. I've got the 2 city skins and the march. That's important. I got the pet food that I wanted. I'm already stacked on the advancement. Not that you probably need a lot more over time for more pets, but I'm stacked on that for quite a while, I think. So then we come down to the advanced wild marks, which I was going to buy out. And maybe that is worth trying to get still, but it's not the most important thing, really. I mean, I've got a bunch, and we don't have the pets that make it worth really spending a lot of them on now anyways. So so it's not all that critical. I think I'm actually pretty good shape. So maybe I'll just, go to the $20 mark tomorrow or something, and just to have a little bit more something to do on the account. I don't know. We'll see. See how I feel about it tomorrow, if there's what other things there are to spend on. But I think that's probably the right thing to do. Now let's check out Labyrinth quick. So the problem is if I don't push pets tonight, I'm going to miss an opportunity to do Cave of Monsters, aren't I? So maybe I do need to do some pets tonight just to push the Cave of Monsters a little bit further. Oh man. And then charms, I did recently a lot of charms, so I should actually do really well in charms. So let's go back. Let's do some work on the pets tonight, because might as well try to get Labyrinth score up a little bit too. And plus, the pets do need a little work. I've been waiting on them. All right, so the first obvious one is I've had this sitting waiting to advance. So I'll go ahead and advance him. And then upgrade him to 40. And the snow leopard is actually, one of the first decent attack pets, because you get troops lethality as a bonus and plus march speed. So this is actually pretty nice for Foundry, I think. The other and the others, so like he's max already. So I'm just looking at the advancement for now, and then we'll look at the stats. Then the ox, if I bring him up, I will get faster gathering for this, this automatic gathering feature. And I think it's important to get the hyena up, because this will help with construction, and we're going to have FC5 coming up. So because of that, let me get the hyena up. Not that I need him up right now, but essentially I'm going to need him up for the FC5 work. So he's now maxed, and now I get the 15% on the builder's aid. All right, where else do we got? He's already maxed. And the moose, the elk, sorry. The elk, I'll get more frequent, special items. So that's kind of like paying dividends, so to speak. And yeah, and then we're down to the snow leopard. So, all right. So let's see. Order of priorities. This one is the elk is gonna pay dividends. So let's advance him first. And then I'll upgrade him and advance him again, because this one I feel like is paying dividends. Basically, I'm going to get more items from him. Now this is going to burn through that stack of supplies I have pretty quickly as well. All right, now he's maxed. And now, basically every day, every single day, I get a special item. So that's why that's worth it. So now I have a decision on what I want to max next. I don't know, I might actually have enough to max most of them, but I feel like, you know, this is, you know, getting him up to level 6 would mean multiple times a day I can do gathering. Gathering resources is always, you know, important, but do I really need this to cycle that quickly? It's, you know, every 15 hours or so. It could come in handy, but I feel like right now the smarter play is actually to make sure that the snow leopard is maxed if I'm going to choose one, because as this scales up, I'm going to get more and more march speed and lethality. So I think that's kind of probably the better stat to have right now, rather than right now I can do the gathering once a day, the gathering trick once a day, and that's okay for now. So let's advance this guy a little bit further. Kiss that stash goodbye. All right, so this is what I thought. Now I'm out of pet food, basically. So let's see if I get any pop-up packs. Yeah, no pop-up packs for that. I was curious if there was a pop-up pack for doing any of the pet work. Oh, and there's not. So now it's just a matter of, now I did say I was gonna wait on the custom pet chest, but now that I know what I need, and I'm doing pets today, I'm going to buy these up at least into the pet food, up into the first couple, because that's kind of just efficient VIP spend anyways. Man, it gets expensive, doesn't it? And yeah, I guess I'll do one more. I knew I was down on pet food. All right, and we'll advance him one more time, because now it's getting expensive. All right. Let's see. I think I'll leave him there for now. Level 7. It's almost to level 8, but it would be expensive to upgrade him instantly now. So let's take a look at refinement now. So I could start working on refinement on some of these pets. He's already purple. I don't think I want to go much past green. Actually, I could probably bring him to blue. I could probably justify getting these blue, but essentially the guidance that I'm following, the general rule of thumb that I'm following is for kind of efficiency's sake, is I'm gonna like go with the color. So this doesn't have any color, but I'm gonna refine to the color of the animal. So the cave hyena has no color. The musk ox is green, you know, and this is rare, so we'll go to blue for the giant tapir, and then, you know, purple for the giant elk, and then, you know, actually for this one we've already gone purple as well because of the attack stats, and definitely go purple for the snow leopard. And then that's all I've thought about at the moment. So I haven't thought about pushing them further, because I think there are better pets coming soon, and I don't want to go too crazy with these first few pets. I just want to get the stats I can. So I'll do a bunch more refinement on these, but I think that I'm at the point now where I'll wait for that to kind of split it up between 2 days. I'll wait for that till Friday. I already did push the pets quite a bit as well. So let's see. I just wanted to do that so that I had something to do for the Labyrinth. And so now I've done that, and I've got some benefits coming my way as a result of it. So let's see now where that lands me with Labyrinth. So we'll do Cave of Monsters and set this at the starting point of 50, 15, 35. And I'll probably be able to go through quite a few of these because I just did a whole bunch of pet work. And you know, it's hard to tell when you start tweaking with the ratios because it is, sometimes you just get a couple runs of bad randomness. Like that, look at that. Like I almost lost that one. That was a harder level though. All right, let me see. I'll tweak this a little bit. I think I've played around with this before, doing something like this, like a little bit more heavy on the infantry. Yeah, that didn't seem to help. Let's see if it helps to have more Lancers. Oh, that, I don't know if that was random or not. Let's try it again. It did seem to help a little bit. How about if I do a little bit more Lancers? No, that didn't seem to help. I think I'm at a wall now. So let's see where that puts me on the leaderboard. Other people have been pressing pets more than me, so that did give me a little jump on the pets. I don't know if that gave me a jump on the leaderboard as well. Let's check that out quick. Let's see. Total pet power. Oh yeah, I did get a jump on the total pet power as a result of that work too. So all right, I'll take it. I've been holding off on pets for a while. So now we'll check out the charm mine. And I believe this one is, I know they changed all the names, so I don't know if I got this quite right, but I think this one's 50, 20, 30. And same here, I did an awful lot of work on charms recently, so this will probably give me quite a few levels. This is going to give me probably a whole nother major level. If not another. I mean, I know I did a bunch of charms work, but come on. Oh, it's getting a little tougher now. Oh, I feel like that was just bad RNG. Yeah. Now we're at the boss level. Oh man, I don't know about this one. Sometimes I play around with this ratio and hey, I got it, all right. All right, we're at a new level. 17. Let's see how far we can make it on 17. Getting close. Yeah. Knew that was coming. Ouch. Ouch. All right. That's good enough for now. Let's see where we are. I know other people have been pressing right alongside me, so I don't know if they probably didn't do their Labyrinth yet, but they're probably right alongside me. I know other people in the state have been pressing. And we got 2 days for the Charms Labyrinth as well, so we'll see how that goes, as well as the Cave of Monsters, but we only have so many days to do the events that support them for SVS, so that's kind of why I was doing it tonight. All right, so that's a lot of spending done. That's a lot of gameplay done. Let's take a look at the VIP quick and make this claim and then see where we're at for points. Oh yeah, we're getting up there. So I think we're probably looking at tomorrow. We got a bunch going on for SVS, but maybe we're looking at tomorrow or probably tomorrow or Thursday. Within the next couple of days, I think we're going to be in a good position to do the Prestige Spinner. I wanted to kind of be at 800,000 before I did it, so we'll get there soon enough. I'm not doing the wild spending I was doing. I still did a bunch of spending tonight, but not the wild spending I have been doing, so that'll have to sit for a little bit until we get to 800,000, then we'll have a nice little spinner session. That's all I have for tonight, so drop me a comment, tell me what I did right and what I did wrong, and I learn from you guys all the time. Remember, I'm a whale, though. Don't give me free-to-play advice. This is a whale spending account. Although I'm trying to be an efficient whale, I still am playing as a whale, so keep that in mind whenever you give me any feedback. But I do have a favor to ask. If you want to continue to see this journey and see how things go, see the spending and how I grow as a player, how the account grows itself, got to help me out by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on notifications. That way, whenever I post anything, you'll be the first to know about it. Thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, I'll see you later.